In the war-ravaged landscape of Fallout's Wasteland, where the remains of nuclear devastation still linger, an unexpected glimmer of humanity persists in the form of music. Amidst the rubble and remnants of civilization, there are 5 Wastelanders who continue to contribute to the resounding soundtrack of the post-apocalyptic world. From the dimly lit stage of the third rail to the solitary strumming of a guitar by a campfire, each of these characters brings their unique musical flavor to the Fallout franchise. Today, let's embark on an auditory journey through the Fallout universe that goes beyond the clatter of gunfire and the creaking of rusty vault doors. These are 5 Wastelanders who refuse to let the music die. Magnolia. Nestled in the neon-lit heart of Goodneighbor, Magnolia can be found performing her own original music in the town's jazz club and bar, the Third Rail. The sultry singer came to Goodneighbor with the desperate desire to perform, and as Whitechapel Charlie needed more ways to bring in customers, the pair struck a deal. Magnolia would share her musical talents with the Misfit Settlement. Behind the scenes, Magnolia is voiced by the talented actress and singer Linda Carter. Carter is best known for her iconic portrayal as Wonder Woman in the 1975 Wonder Woman TV series. Teaming up with composers John Jarvis and Carrie Marks, Linda Carter provided the vocals for 5 original songs created specifically for Fallout 4. Each of these songs are rooted within the Fallout universe, featuring imagery and messages regarding wasteland life, the Great War, and making reference to the Commonwealth. For example, the upbeat jingle Train Train seems to tell a tale of surviving the Great War. Magnolia sings about the deafening sounds of explosions, likely alluding to the launching of nuclear bombs. And she also mentions the subsequent exodus of people seeking refuge underground, a subtle nod to the Vault experiments. On the other hand, the sultry track Goodneighbor is a seductive melody that seems to incorporate as much wasteland imagery as possible. Magnolia makes remarks about the Fens, Chems, Caps, Swan and the Boston Commons, Supermutants, and Diamond City. Baby It's Just You is another jazzy tune that likens the feeling of falling in love to various disasters, including nuclear war. Meanwhile, Man Enough, while appearing as Magnolia's plea to find a lover, could actually be interpreted in an entirely different light thanks to the context of Fallout 4's overarching message and themes. While Magnolia laments for a gentle, tough, and good-looking man to sweep her off her feet, the title of the track might foreshadow Magnolia's true identity as a synth. The Institute's goal with creating Generation 3 synths is to make them indistinguishable from ordinary humans. Just as Magnolia yearns for a man who's man enough, so too does the Institute. And Magnolia's final track, I'm the One You're Looking For, is the singer's best, in my opinion of course. The song goes on to describe the hardships of finding a place to call home. As Magnolia herself is an escaped synth looking for a fresh start, the song is as much a self-reflection of her life as it is directed to the audience of Goodneighbor. As Magnolia's 5-song set comes to an end, we are left with more than just musical notes. Rather, what remains is the enduring power of art and expression in the face of nuclear devastation. In the wasteland's deafening silence, her melodies linger, a reminder that even in the darkest corners of Fallout, there's room for beauty, connection, and the timeless magic of music. Bruce Isaac. Venturing into the vast Mojave wasteland of Fallout New Vegas, a lesser-known but equally intriguing musical soul can be found in the form of Bruce Isaac. Hailing from the city of New Reno, Bruce Isaac was once a singer at the Bishop's Shark Club. However, after not being paid for some performances, Bruce robbed the patriarch of the Bishop family and fled for the Mojave. As of 2281, the start of New Vegas, Bruce resides in Novak, seeking refuge and avoiding the relentless pursuit of Mr. Bishop's hired thugs. As part of the talent pool side quest, players can unravel more of Bruce's story and, if they choose, offer him a chance for redemption by hiring him to perform at the Tops Hotel and Casino. It's during this performance that Bruce Isaac delivers a lone tune, Green Clouds and Dust Whirls, a song that becomes a symbol of his resilience and a reflection of his experiences in the unforgiving wasteland. While Bruce Isaac's character is voiced by Gregory Allen Williams, the musical stylings that bring Green Clouds and Dust Whirls to life are performed by Joshua Sawyer, lead designer and project director of Fallout New Vegas. The song itself, a post-apocalyptic cover of Dick Stephen Walters' 1993 song Cobwebs and Rainbows, demonstrates the transformative power of music. Sawyer's cover captures the essence of the Mojave, portraying both the desolation and beauty that coexists in the post-apocalyptic desert frontier. Green Clouds and Dust Whirls tells the tale of a budding romance in the wasteland. The singer is so infatuated with his new love that the hazards of the wasteland are now a worry of the past. As players listen to Isaac's melancholic ballad, one can't help but feel a connection to the vast expanse of the New Vegas wasteland. Bruce Isaac's contribution, while not as expansive in musical credits as some of the other Fallout artists, remains a vital part of the game's storytelling. His alone performance becomes a cherished moment, reflecting the desolate beauty of the Mojave and adding a touch of humanity to the harsh reality that is the Mojave wasteland. In the end, Bruce Isaac goes from a man on the run to a talented singer finding solace at the tops. Through his character and song, players are reminded that even in the harsh desert expanse, there is room for beauty, love, and the haunting allure of a lone artist's melody. His journey becomes a small, yet significant piece of the broader elements that make the New Vegas experience uniquely rich and emotionally resonant. The Lonesome Drifter. The Mojave is pretty big. In the vast expanse of this desert wasteland, another character can be convinced to share their musical talents with the rest of New Vegas. The Lonesome Drifter. This lone wanderer, found near the El Dorado gas and service station, carries with him a guitar and a mysterious past. The Lonesome Drifter's story unfolds through his dialogue. The Drifter explains that they're a traveling musician on the hunt for answers to his past. The discovery of a unique item in his possession, the mysterious Magnum, alludes to the Drifter's mysterious upbringing. This special revolver, once owned by the Drifter's father, becomes the key to unlocking the mysteries of his heritage. As players delve into dialogue with the Drifter, it's revealed that he is looking for his father. Though, after years of searching, he's come to the realization that his quest will likely end in failure. The Lonesome Drifter rests at his makeshift camp near the El Dorado Dry Lake, reflecting on his storied life. Voiced yet again by Gregory Allen Williams, the Lonesome Drifter's character is more than just an unremarkable desert wanderer. Rather, he's just one example of the many untold stories that litter the Fallout franchise. Through Williams' performance, the Drifter's voice carries the weight of a life spent wandering through a world ravaged by nuclear devastation. As part of the talent pool side quest, the courier can recruit the Drifter to perform at the Tops Hotel and Casino. The Drifter brings a 3-song setlist to the stage, each a post-apocalyptic cover to famous American folk songs. Each song was written and performed by Josh Sawyer, with the guitar segments done by Nathaniel Chapman and James Malili. New Vegas Valley is based on the folk and cowboy song Red River Valley. Due to the song's uncertain origins, it has gone by many names, including Cowboy Love Song, Bright Sherman Valley, and Bright Laurel Valley. It's estimated to have been written in the late 1800s. Similar to the other many versions that exist, Sawyer's version is about a lover that is moving away. The song is from the point of view of the drifter, reminding his lover to remember the New Vegas Valley and the drifter that loved them. The next song is Streets of New Reno, based on the traditional ballad Streets of Laredo, aka The Dying Cowboy. First published in 1910 in John Lomax's Cowboy Songs and Other Frontier Ballads, Streets of Laredo is derived from a different folk song known as the Unfortunate Rake. Sawyer's version, while sharing near identical lyrics, is an abridged version of the song. Still, the tale told is the same. The drifter, as they walked the streets of New Reno, found a dying cowboy. As the cowboy lay dying, they ask the drifter to take them and bury them in the valley. And the final song part of the Lonesome Drifter's set is Home on the Wastes, a cover of the classic cowboy song Home on the Range. Known as the unofficial anthem of the American West, Home on the Range first started as a poem in the 1870s. It would later be altered and put to music, thus creating the song. Sawyer's version of Home on the Range is the most different of all three cowboy ballads. Where both Streets of New Reno and New Vegas Valley are hardly changed lyrically, the verses of Home on the Wastes features plenty of followed imagery. Mole rats, fire geckos, bighorners, radiation, rad scorpions, and the master are all featured on the track. The Lonesome Drifter's musical contributions allow players to form a connection with the wanderer. In the end, the lone drifter is but a wandering soul searching for identity and connection. His guitar strums across the wasteland, leaving pieces of himself wherever he performs. His performances are his way of sharing his journey and experiences throughout the western wastelands. He's found love, he's found death, and he's found a home. The Lonesome Drifter didn't let the music die. Agatha. On the other side of the wasteland, one lonely widower finds joy through the timeless beauty of classical compositions. Residing in a humble shack near Moresty Station, Agatha brings a touch of classical elegance to the capital wasteland. The paths of Agatha and the Lone Wanderer collide during the Agatha's Song side quest. Driven by a desire to reclaim her family's heirloom, the coveted Swall Stradivarius, Agatha enlists the Lone Wanderer's aid to explore the depths of Vault 92. Upon successfully recovering and returning the violin, a new frequency emerges on your Pip-Boy radio, a demonstration of Agatha's musical prowess. Agatha's radio station features her skillfully playing a series of classical compositions, interpreting the works of renowned composers such as Johann Sebastian Bach, Antonin Dvorak, and Pablo de Sarasate. While Agatha is voiced by the late Diana Sowell, it is Heather MacArthur who is credited as performing these songs on the violin. MacArthur's execution brings Agatha's melodies to life, adding a layer of authenticity to the musical experience. Agatha, although performing covers of the classics, showcases the power of music in a world gone mad. Even in her old age, and in a world torn apart by war and radiation, Agatha continues to preserve the art and culture of the past while offering a glimpse of hope for a better future. Agatha is more than just a violinist in the wasteland. Rather, she's a guardian of cultural continuity, sharing and keeping the music of the old world alive and well. And lastly, RedEye. Our final artist takes us to the lawless landscape of Fallout 4's Nuka world. Across the airwaves of the rundown amusement park, one raider has taken the role of radio host for the settlement's Raider Radio. RedEye is the unseen DJ playing his own rebellious folk punk tunes. RedEye's story unfolds through his on-air broadcasts. In a series of spoken word poems played to the sound of guitar strums, RedEye explains that he used to run with a different gang of raiders. Upon hearing that a dude named Coulter was putting together a huge team of raiders to take over Nuka World, he had to check it out to see if it was the real deal. RedEye would leave his former group and join Coulter's Raider Alliance. His affinity for music and desire to share his old Raider stories led him to take up the mantle of DJ for Raider Radio. It's here that RedEye plays his original songs for all of Nuka World to hear. RedEye is voiced by musician Andrew W.K., who also performs these songs on the radio. RedEye's playlist features a small collection of 3 folk punk tunes, each pulsating with the anarchic spirit of the Raiders. One Last Score shares RedEye's motivation for becoming a Raider. In the song, he reveals that being a Raider isn't about accumulating supplies and wealth, but rather it's about power. By stealing from others, he's exerting his power over them. The track closes with the author pondering whether or not One Last Score will make his klepto urges go away. Baby Quit Raidin' My Heart is a love song dedicated to a girl from a different Raider crew. The song details his growing feelings for the girl as he steals more and more in an effort to impress her. The tale takes a turn when it's revealed that the girl he loves stole his goods and ran away. The song ends with a plea from RedEye, "Baby, quit raiding my heart." And lastly, Gimme What You Got is another folk punk ballad about stealing from others. As the song continues, RedEye's threats of violence become more and more dire. It starts with knocking the victim upside the head, then putting the victim down, then going from counting down from 10 before anything bad happens to counting down from 3. The song ends with RedEye revealing that, even if you give me what you got, ain't no chance you're gonna walk away. The importance of RedEye's character extends beyond the radio waves. His music personifies the Raider way. In a world where chaos reigns, RedEye becomes the audible manifestation of rebellion, urging Raiders to embrace their ruthless identity. His broadcasts create a sense of camaraderie among the Raiders, forging a unity within the fractured faction. In the end, RedEye stands as more than just a radio personality. He's the voice of the Raiders. RedEye's original songs, despite echoing tales that tend to be unrelatable for most common folk, are the only original songs played by any of the radio DJs in the entire Wasteland. No other DJ broadcasts their own music for the masses to hear. While the same can't be said for his victims, RedEye didn't let the music die. From the melodic tunes at the tops to the rebellious beats of Raider Radio in Nuka World, these post-war musicians refuse to let the timeless art of music fade away, even as the world crumbled. Separated by miles and ideologies, these Wastelanders shared a common love for an art that had seemingly withered after the Great War. Instead of merely listening to the echoes of the old world's music, they took up the challenge, crafting their renditions of classics or creating entirely new pieces. These 5 Wastelanders didn't let the music die. But that's all from me today, folks. If you liked the video, be sure to share and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. Cheers.